So this might be a little bit longer video, but it means a lot to me. So I've introduced a lot of my tractors, and many of you have seen Cousin Manny picking corn. But I wanted to tell you the story on this tractor because it's very special to me. See, Tom called me 2 years ago today, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm got to move hay, I got to spread manure, I got to grind feed." And he goes, "Oh, so not very busy. Get over here and pick me up. We're going Christmas shopping." Well, I knew better than to tell the man no, and I didn't want to either. So I went over there, and he was moving a little slower, like normal. And we got in the truck, and I said, "Where do you want to go?" And he said, "I want to go to Swiderski's." I said, "The equipment company?" I said, "Do you need any more hats?" And he just kind of glared at me and told me to light him a cigarette. So we go down there, and this tractor's sitting on the lot. And I remember he farmed with one of them. He told me stories about it all the time. Said it was his favorite tractor. So Tom said, he goes, "Get out of the truck and give it a look-see. Drive it around." So I did, and got back in the cab. I said, "It's a nice tractor." And Tom pointed at his shirt pocket. He goes, "There's cash in there. Go in and buy it." I said, "Okay." And he goes, "Matter of fact, no. Go get me a salesman." So salesman come out, and they talked about it a little bit. And Tom said, "What do you want?" Salesman told him, and Tom goes, "Well, this is what I'm going to pay you." Fair offer. But you could tell Tom wasn't going to be persuaded. Salesman knew it. So anyway, Tom pointed at his shirt pocket again and said, "Go inside and pay the man." So we were going to McDonald's afterwards, and I told Tom, I said, "Boy," I said, "that's great. You got a Moline again." I said, "You're going to love it." And he said, "Nope." He said, "It's a Christmas present to us both." He said, "You get the world's finest tractor." And he said, "I got to buy a tractor again." So we came home that afternoon, and we must have sat in my truck for 2 hours. He kept saying, "One more cigarette, then I'll let you go. I know you're busy." And he got out of the truck, and he was walking real slow to the house, and it was kind of slick. And I got out and grabbed his arm. Tom goes, "You don't need to hold me." And I said, "Well, I don't need to, but I'm going to." Walked him to the door. That was the last time my friend and I ever got to go out. And that was the last time he walked out of that house. Within a couple days, he got to where he couldn't anymore. So every time I run the world's finest tractor, and at Christmas, I really think of my friend. And you know, it doesn't matter how busy we get. If somebody that means a lot to you calls and asks you to do something, do it with them. It might be the last chance you get. But this is Cousin Manny. Tom was right. It's a very handy tractor, and I absolutely love it.